first cassette tape that I ever owned was actually Warren G. Regulators single on cassette tape. That was my first cassette tape.
Hey, that was a classic, though. That was a good one.
I got that from the hands of my sister at the time. And I don't think she knew that I got a hold of that copy. And I bumped that forever. And who knew? At the time, I was feeling it as a kid. But who knew that it was going to be such a popular hit? I had no idea. That's why she had the tape, obviously, you know. Yeah. But yeah, that was my first cassette tape. But then after that, you know, I thought that was like the only rapper in the world. It was like I heard a Warren G on a cassette tape. I heard Vanilla Ice on MTV. And I was like, so that's rap, okay. And I moved on and I found rock and roll. But then my brother introduced me to actually Tupac. And then I started seeing him on TV a lot. And so I started checking for his music. And then, of course, he became the greatest ever. And he was doing things that I looked at other rappers, but it seemed like nobody was doing what he was doing. And that's what drew me into the culture and the art of rapping was really kind of centered around Tupac. But realistically, Warren G was my first. He broke my cherry for hip-hop. So it's pretty cool. Pretty different.
All right. Well, I'll tell you mine then.
Okay.
Man. Like, I grew up around it. Like I said, not even grew up around it, but it's more of, I remember my pops listening to, like I said, Scarface.
Sure, yeah.
Ice Cube, Ice Cube, NWA, Too Short. He's like I said, man. I heard that Cocktails tape so many times. I wish I knew where it was at. I would throw it away. Like honestly, I hated it. Like it was good. It was good, but I heard it so many times and it embedded in me.
Sure.
Just it's more, and then like I said, also it was. Growing up, I was hearing a lot of Gap Band, Earth, Wind and Fire. Like that's what kind of always grew my interest of music though. Because that was honestly that was the first music that was like brought to me. Like I said, I never dabbled into like I said rock and roll or whatever.
Okay.
Or any in which. I never was trying to be closed-minded, but that's what I was exposed to. Was like I said, a lot of, like I said, Gap Band, Otis Redding, Al Green. I heard a lot, like I said, a lot of slow jams, but substance.
Sure.
And like I said, but back on the rap tip, man, it was just, like I said, I'm growing up, like I said, my dad had like a 95 Mustang GT 5.0.
Oh, nice.
And he had 2 10s in his trunk, man. And I remember, like I said, every day, man, we riding. Like I said, it was after that Too Short CD ended, he had like a 6-disc changer. And I could tell you all 6 CDs that was in there because I made them.
I bet 2 Live Crew was one of them.
Yes.
He talks about them all the time at work, man.
Yes, it was. It was Scarface, 2 Live Crew. He had the Easy Does It. And also, what else was in there? It was Ice Cube's, was it I want to say, it was a No Vaseline. What tape was that? With the toe tag on it.
Oh man,
it's black with the toe tag. I remember it clearly.
I could see it. I could see it, but
that's what. But he had that in there. I remember because we went to, like I said, and after those CDs would run through, man,
and cycle right back around from the start. Yeah.
But like I said, I just caught like interest for it, and I was like, I loved how, like, even though that was the same, like it was hip hop. But what caught my interest was every rapper that he played in that 6-disc changer had a unique style, but they all tied into the same thing, and that's what caught my interest. It was like, okay, I would hear Too Short, and then it would maybe a Scarface song, or actually you could say it was just like a Ice Cube song after it, and I'm like, okay, damn. Like at that point too, like I said. Obviously, there's an age gap between us, but honestly, like I didn't understand, like I said, how much like their music was like touching the world or meaning, just like in a Pac situation, Pac and Biggie. Like I didn't understand at that point how Pac was really like trying to change the world, or how much of a message he had, and I didn't understand how much, like I said, Too Short, and like I said, how hip hop really was being that big of a deal, and like how a lot of people didn't like it, or a lot of people frowned upon it, and it was just always, I felt that was a good way to like understand, like something I feel like I can always refer back to as like, okay, it's a benchmark that we could stand by on a consistent level where you can say, okay, this rapper did this and this for the rap game.
Sure.
And like I say, which some of it's not going to be all like publicized. Like I said, you can ask some people probably going to say Too Short, Scarface, like they'd be like, okay, like, you know what I mean? Nothing spectacular like done to the rap game. But,
Sure.
But like I said, as I said, each his own. Like I said, you can take it how you want it though, really. Like, but yeah, that kind of really got my interest of like hip hop and rap music though.
Okay.
Like, man, it was just, and then just like I said, growing up, man, just you, like I said, you definitely are toned to, like I said, hearing all kinds of, or like having your own like beneficial, like, how can I say, I don't know, like you said earlier, man, just whatever you want to hear, honestly, like, whatever. Everybody's stories will be different of how they first get into rap music or hip hop in general.
Okay. So let's bring it back full circle. Okay. Subject change. Mumble rap. What are your thoughts on mumble rap?
It's honestly, it's annoying. Like,
Damn straight. You're damn straight.
Like, well, like I said, I'm not gonna lie though, man. I got a lot on this iPhone though. I can't lie, but it's just more of a. It's good, like I said, good car riding music, man.
You've got to have tracks that are good to bump in your car, that you could put on at a party and everybody knows and they feel, and I get it. And here's where I'm at on mumble rap. I absolutely hate it. Absolutely hate it. What I don't hate is, okay, let's just call some names out. Okay, Lil Yachty. Everybody says his name when you talk about mumble rap. That's who I think of. It's him or Future. But let's
see. I like Future though.
I understand that. I understand that. And some people consider that he was the founder. He was the originator of mumble rap. And some of his songs are pretty catchy. And they're good for the car. They're good for dancing. I get that, and I respect that. But I want to touch on Lil Yachty. While we're talking about mumble rap, I have to touch on Lil Yachty because I feel some type of way about this guy. I don't like you, Yachty. I don't like you. I can wrap circles around you, but I understand. And this is what I mean by what I understand. If he was ever struggling in his life and now he has money and he found a way to make money, then I applaud him for making that money, and hopefully that money is going to help take care of his family and himself. And he found a way to get paid, and that's awesome. So I applaud the work. I applaud the effort. I applaud the attempt. Man. So the fact that he made a come up is awesome for him, and I will never knock anybody for getting out of whatever situation they live in. I'll never knock anybody for that. But I wish he had found another way to do it instead of watering down rap the way he has. I wish he could have found another way to make the same amount of money and live a great life and left rap alone. That's how I feel about it. Yeah. I feel like we could do without Yachty. He's made his money. I think he should invest it and invest wisely and save that money and live off of that for the rest of his life. But I think he needs to walk away and leave rap to the people that know how to rap. If he's not going to get any better, just walk away. Walk away, Yachty. So, like that's where I'm at. And I could say the same. I could interchange Kodak a little. Several other people.
I could throw some names.
Designer. Oh man.
Like, and said that Brides in Atlanta, that Panda, that was a banger. Like I said, and it would forever. Like I said, he knows. like that was a smart business move on his behalf. He works with Kanye.
Sure.
Kanye's not gonna make sure. Kanye's gonna do everything in his power to make sure he don't fail. So he's always gonna be relevant. Like, hate to say it, but the dude's he's jacking Future style in a way. He's just like,
absolutely.
But
absolutely.
he's like, yeah, like he's doing all that.
Yeah, all this extra.
Little extra stuff. But
I see him more as a comedian than I do as a rapper, man.
He's definitely a jokester. Who else, man? You got, like I said, the Lil Pump dude's hot right now too. The Gucci Gang.
Yes,
Gucci Gang.
that's.
Like,
I think when I said Lil Boat, that's who I was thinking was Lil Pump, or maybe I said Lil Pump and Lil Boat. I think I might have said both of them.
Okay.
But
well, he's hot right now. Too.
He's even. Lil Pump has a Snapchat filter, that has your little emoji, it's dancing around to his song, and I'm like, how?
Oh, yeah.
How? Yeah. Like, have you heard somebody took and made a YouTube video of the Gucci Gang song, and they removed. He was only able to say Gucci Gang one time in the whole track, and then they edited the entire song down. It's like 35 seconds long or something like that. Like, after they cut down all the times he says Gucci, the song is like condensed down to like just, it's really short. It's like 30 seconds a minute, something like that. It's crazy.
I believe it.
Man, people are just not filling their songs up with good lyrics. It drives me crazy.
Another person that gets on my nerves is Black Youngster.
Okay.
But see, the thing is, like I said, I'm a Dolph fan. Young Dolph is, like I said, I rock with him.
See, I don't.
Okay.
I'm your Gotti camp. We can come back to that one day. We'll come back to that one day.
Yeah,
but yeah.
All right. But, like, Youngster, honestly, I think he's doing a harm to the rap game. And just like I feel like how you feel about Yachty, I feel like Youngster like that.
Okay.
Just because, and especially, and like you said, you can make your money any type of way. I'm not saying Black Youngster, like I said, he does whore, like he does that real stuttering stuff, a whole black. So, but when you to have him in an interview, that's not how he is. He's like, it's a new, different persona. Yeah, okay, you do what you got to do to make your money and whatever, like I said, is appealing to the crowd and audience.
Sure.
But it gets to the point where then, okay, Gotti has an issue with Dolph. Don't sit there and fight this man's battle for him either. I feel like you shouldn't fight Gotti's battle. Gotti had an issue with Dolph. Like I said, so Black Youngster shouldn't come start interrogating stuff.
Sure.
So, but just like I said, his music in general, like I said, is obnoxious and I can't stand it. But, which don't get me wrong though, I'm the first person to tell you, I will give people credit where it's due. It's not like all his music's trash either though. He got a couple good songs.
Okay.
Just like I can't knock, like I said. Who else we got, man? Designer, like I said, I can't knock Designer. Like I said, that Panda was a good song. Like I said, I feel like the way it's not gonna make a dent in the rap game by no means, but definitely it'll be forgettable.
Yeah, but it'll
be just something to bring back as like, a classic. Like in a couple years, you play that at a party or play that for somebody, they go, hey, like it's gonna be catchy and it's gonna pick right back up.
Sure. But I'll tell you something about that Panda song. Designer does not own Panda anymore. That belongs to Joyner Lucas. Joyner Lucas's remix of Panda. He owns that beat now. Nobody.
Younger generation, like there'll be a point where, like I say this religiously, even though not to try to jump subjects when we can even like touch upon this later.
Sure.
But even though the rap game is going into mumble rap and like, all this like high strung, like I said,
I do want to touch on that subject in a minute.
On drugs and everything, and like less lyrical. It's still always gonna. I feel like you gotta treat everything like the rap game now is becoming, like I said, it's pure waves, like and whatever is trending at the moment. Just like I said, just this whole you can even say from 20 13, like until now, like current day, it's always gonna like stuff's gonna ride, like just like you said with the Young MMA thing. It's gonna happen, and as I said, it just depends on how long you push it.
Yep.
And just like okay, the younger generation's always gonna be into that little Uzi, the Yachties, and the famous Dexes, and everybody. And which there's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, honestly, as a hip hop fan, I respect what they do. Like, I don't hate it by no means. And there's a lot of older cats that can't stand it. Which, there's some music that they put out that I don't like. But I know at the end of the day, that younger generation is going to hone back eventually when this wave's over. And go back to something like Murs.
Right. They're going to get older. They're going to get more intelligent. And they're going to start seeking out more intelligent and conscious level rap. So they're going to turn to artists like Murs. And those guys like Murs and Los and Common and Mos Def and Talib Kweli, all these guys, they won't always be here, but they will always be artists that are going to be in that lane that these younger cats are going to grow up and be able to fall back on for sure. And I think they're really important. They're the most important to the game because everybody's got to grow up sometime, and we need somebody to fall back on.
Yeah, most definitely. Like I said, it's always going to be that jump. And then, like you said, you think about when this new generation grows up and gets to mid-20s or whatever, and then they be like, dang, what was that nonsense I was listening to?
Right. When you're 14, 15, 16 years old, your head is full of all kinds of bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to go out and listen to all kinds of bullshit.
That's true.
And eventually you'll come to your senses, I hope.
Yeah, and you go whatever's like banging or like I said, playing on the radio at that time.
Yeah,
you rocking with it.
Yeah.
Or whatever, like I said. And then it's always going to be, you got to remember, man, whatever music that's like as growing up and it's about to like, and that's like in at that point of like before you get like when you're in the verge of getting laid and stuff, it's always gonna be close to your heart, man.
Sure, yeah.
Like so, like if all the young girls are twerking to the little Uzi or like getting lit with to like all these young guys,
it's gonna be a fond memory.
It's gonna be a fond,
Yes,
exactly.
yes.
So that's always gonna be there for you, and you're gonna be like, okay, like. So everybody's gonna have like a soft spot for whatever, like, and even though you might say you might get older and wiser and be like, okay, that was some nonsense I was listening to, but like you said, there was a lot of bullshit that was going on in your head at 14 through through 17, really.